Hey y'all, I'm going to make a Mexican Spanish top rice today, and I guess we will just get started. So I'll put you down in the pot, and what we're going to do to the pot is add 1/4 of a cup of oil, and I am just using canola oil. And I'm not measuring, but it's 1/4 of a cup. I'll have all your measurements and directions down in the box below. But I'm going to let that take just a second to heat. Yeah, didn't feel hot. Anyway, in my grocery haul yesterday, if you watched that video, I bought some little small tacos. They're chicken and cheese tacos, and I'm going to serve that with this. And then we'll have salsa and chips too. And today, it has snowed all day. It snowed part of the night last night. And my husband got a call just a little bit ago from his oxygen company saying to expect a power outage and to get all of his oxygen back in the bedroom because there's one type he can use without power. So we're preparing for that, but I wanted to say, if you do lose power where you're at, take your food out of your refrigerator and freezer and put it in a clothes basket or whatever you have, and go set it in the snow, and that will help save it for a while. But anyway, our oil is getting hot, and now I'm going to add 2 cups of long grain white rice. So here's 1 cup. It's easier if I pour it. And there's 2 cups. So I'll set that out of the way. Now what you want to do is stir this, and you want the rice to brown, kind of like you do vermicelli. So I have a little bit of smoking going on. But I have my burner on high for right now. If it gets too hot, I'll cut it down. But you don't want to burn your rice, you just want to brown it. And it should be a golden brown. So if this takes too long to brown, I will let it brown and then come back, because it could get boring just watching it try to brown. In this recipe, I'll tell you this to kill a little time. In this recipe, it calls for chicken broth. And as most of you know, I just take water and I add this Knorr's to it. And I make my own chicken broth because it's so much more economical that way. And so that's what I'll be doing as far as the chicken broth goes. Also, this recipe does not call for hamburger meat or onions, but I have some ground turkey that I need to go ahead and use. So I browned it and sauteed some onions with it. And after this rice has finished, I'm going to go ahead and add that meat and onions. I'll show it to you. I went ahead and browned it. And I'm going to add that to the rice. And but the recipe does not call for it. So this is starting to brown up just a little bit. It's a simple recipe, and it's really good. I don't know if you can see or not, but if you've ever made rice-a-roni and you brown the rice, this is basically the same thing going on here. And I'm going to use garlic that I got at Sam's Club yesterday, the minced garlic. If you don't use that kind of garlic and you use fresh garlic, it calls for a clove of garlic. But I'll be using that today. And this is just about ready to start browning. It is just a little bit. I don't know if you can see. The spoon's in the way, and the light's not that good, but it is starting to brown. I wish I could figure out how to have better lighting. I bought a couple different lights and tried them, but nothing really seems to work well for me. So I would say that this is getting brown enough. It is kind of a golden brown. And we're going to add to this 4 cups of the chicken broth, and I measured that into my pitcher beforehand. And so I'll add the 4 cups. Make sure that that's stirred up in the bottom. It calls for 8 ounces of tomato sauce, but because this is 15 ounces and I don't want to waste it, and I can't foretell anytime soon that I'll be needing it, I'm going to go ahead and put the whole container in. It's not going to hurt a thing. It's really not going to affect the flavor that much. And I just can't see wasting it. So, but like I say, I'll have the correct measurements in the description. We're going to add salt and pepper, about half of a tablespoon of each. And I'm using my little container that I just use my fingers and pinch what I need. And then we're going to put our garlic in it. And it calls for a teaspoon of garlic, but we really enjoy garlic, so I'm going to put a little more than a teaspoon in ours. It's almost probably a tablespoon. And as you know, anytime you cook, you do not have to follow a recipe to the letter. If there's something you'd like to add or take away in your recipe or your meal, you do what you want. Then we're going to add some cumin, about a teaspoon of cumin. I think that gives a really good Mexican flavor. And I'm checking my recipe just to make sure I've put everything, and I have. So what we're going to do is let this simmer for 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how long it takes to get all the liquid absorbed and it be ready. When I come back, I'll show you this, and I'll add the meat to it, and I'll show you the tacos, and we'll give it a taste. So I'll see you back shortly. The rice is finished, and here is what it looks like. I'll hold it up to the camera a little bit better so you can see. It smells really good with the garlic and all the spices in it. And I'm fluffing it up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take a taste of the rice without adding the meat to it yet, since that was the what the recipe was for. So I'm going to just put some on here and put a couple of these tacos so you can see what they look like in case you want to buy some at Sam's. But that's what they look like, and here's the rice. And if it tastes as good as it smells, it's going to be really good. It's got a wonderful, wonderful flavor. I can taste the individual spices in it, the cumin, garlic, salt, pepper. It's like I can taste those. They all come through. Adding the extra tomato sauce, I think was a good idea to go ahead and do that. You might even want to do that with yours. I like that more tomatoey taste, and it's just got a great flavor. So I hope that you give this a try. I do think you'll like it. I can already tell this is a top recipe that the flavor is going to linger for a while. Really good flavor. Anyway, I'll show you one more time. There's the rice. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Be safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.